Dengue. Now we will study about dengue disease. Mosquitoes lay the eggs in waterlogged places and thereby their population increases. So anywhere where there is little bit also of water which is accumulated and is stagnant, that is, it is still water, not running like in rivers. Wherever there is still water, over there mosquitoes can lay their eggs and can reproduce, and therefore the number, that is the population of the mosquitoes, will increase. Different species of mosquitoes spread different diseases. Dengue is spread by Aedes aegypti mosquito. So there are different types of mosquitoes, like there are different types of dogs. So each different type of mosquito can spread different types of diseases. That is why it is very important to control the spread and the reproduction of mosquitoes. This disease is caused by Den1-2 virus belonging to the type flavivirus. So there are different classifications of virus, and from that one type is called flavivirus. And in this flavivirus also there are different examples, from which one of them is Den1 and 2. And this virus specifically is transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. The symptoms of this disease are acute fever and headache, also vomiting. So acute fever, that is sudden onset of fever which is for less amount of time, and pains in the eye socket is a very prominent symptom. Very prominent symptom is that this symptom is not commonly seen with other diseases, but if it is present in a patient, then we should suspect that the patient has dengue, and that symptom is pains in eye socket. Decrease in platelet count that may lead to internal hemorrhage. So platelets is a type of cell which is present in our blood, and it is very important to stop bleeding that occurs in our body. So anywhere if there is an injury inside the body or even at the external surface, the platelets which is present in the blood will come and stick on the surface and will prevent the bleeding that occurs. So if there's a decrease in the platelet count, then there will be nobody to stick the surface and prevent the blood loss. Therefore, there will be internal hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is blood loss. Collect information. Which measures are taken for mosquito control by the Gram Panchayat and the municipal council and municipality of your area? So you must have observed that the municipality takes certain measures so as to avoid the reproduction and the spread of mosquitoes. And some of them are that they remove all the stagnant water whichever collects in the gutters. And some people come like this and they spray this white smoke like thing within the gutters and holes. This smoke contains chemicals that can kill the mosquitoes and do not let the mosquitoes to reproduce. Also, when they remove any stagnant water from the gutters, they reduce the spread of mosquitoes by removing the places where the mosquitoes reproduce. Do you know malaria is caused due to female Anopheles mosquito, while elephantiasis is due to female Culex mosquito? How we had seen earlier that dengue was spread by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Like that, there are other species of mosquitoes such as Anopheles and the Culex mosquitoes. So the Anopheles mosquito is responsible to spread malaria, and the Culex mosquito is responsible to spread elephantiasis. Anopheles and Aedes grow in clean water, while Culex grows in dirty sewage water. So wherever there is dirty garbage water, the Culex mosquito will grow in it, and wherever there is clean water which is stagnant, there Anopheles and Aedes mosquitoes will grow in it. So therefore, no matter if it is clean or dirty, we should not let any water accumulate in areas around our homes. Swine flu, reasons of infection. Now we will learn about another disease called as swine flu. Infection for swine flu occurs through pigs and humans. So this is a disease which is transmitted between pigs and humans, and because pigs are involved, therefore it is called as swine flu, because swine is another name for pig. Viruses of swine flu are spread through sweat of infected persons. So this disease is caused because of a virus that causes swine flu. and this virus spreads through the sweat of an infected person. So if you come in contact with the sweat of the infected person, then you can get this disease. Similarly, it is spread through secretions of nose, throat and saliva. So any of these secretions if you come in contact with, then you can get the disease. Symptoms of swine flu include difficulty in breathing, sore throat, body pains, etc. So this is called flu-like symptoms, and because this disease has these symptoms, that is why it is called as swine flu. In this, you get sore throat, in which your throat becomes red and it hurts, and you get coughing and difficulty in breathing because this disease is spread through the respirations of the nose and throat and saliva, and it affects the lungs. And also because of this disease, you will get body pains. Your whole body will start paining. Diagnosis of swine flu. So what is used by doctors so that they can come to know that the patient has swine flu? For diagnosis of swine flu, liquid from the throat of the patient is sent in a laboratory. So they take little spit or a little liquid from the throat and they send it to the laboratory. Diagnostic facilities are available in the National Institute of Virology. So because this disease is caused by a virus, that is why you have to send this in the National Institute of Virology in Pune and National Institute of Communicable Diseases in Delhi. So communicable diseases are diseases that can transmit from one person to another person. Do you know the first case of swine flu was reported in Mexico in 2009. Swine flu is caused by the virus influenza. So the virus that causes swine flu is called influenza A and it's the H1N1 type. There is different types of influenza viruses and it can be any types. So this virus was the H1N1 type. Persons who come in contact with pigs can contract this disease. So because this disease was transmitted between pigs and humans, therefore any people like farmers etc. who come in contact with pigs have a higher chance of contracting this disease. The disease we will learn about is AIDS, and the full form of it is Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. This disease is caused by HIV, which is Human Immunodeficiency Virus. So this is a type of virus and the name of the virus is Human Immunodeficiency Virus because it affects humans and it causes immunodeficiency in it. Means it makes the body weak so that the body cannot fight other diseases. In this disease, the victim, that is the patient, suffers from various diseases due to progressive weakening of the natural immunity. So our body has an immunity in which the white blood cells fight against any foreign organisms that enter the body, such as bacteria, fungi, viruses and parasites. So our body has this immunity that can fight against the pathogens. So HIV is such a virus that it decreases this immunity in our body. So because of that, we can get recurrent infections from other organisms and therefore we become very weak. Diagnosis of AIDS cannot be confirmed without tests in medical laboratories. So because this is a very severe disease, we have to make sure that we diagnose it correctly. Therefore, we have to do it by certain tests in medical laboratories. ELISA test is used for its proper diagnosis. So ELISA is a test in which the patient's blood is taken and we test for this virus in the blood. And this test is required to make sure that the patient is diagnosed properly. Symptoms of AIDS are person specific. So because the disease only weakens the immunity, so different people get different diseases and therefore they become more weak. So the symptoms of AIDS are very specific to what the other diseases the person gets. Always remember, AIDS does not occur due to touching to and sharing the food with HIV infected persons or by nursing the HIV patients. So HIV is such a disease that does not be transmitted if you just shake the hand or hug another person or if you use the same belongings as the patient. Our behavior with HIV infected persons must be normal. Therefore, you should not treat a HIV person as an untouchable, but you should be normal with them how you would be with your friends. Do you know HIV was first reported in an African species of monkeys. According to the National AIDS Control Program and UNAIDS, 80 to 85% of HIV infections in India occur through unsafe sexual contacts. So, AIDS is how it is transmitted is because of unsafe sexual contacts. When you don't take precautions, you can get AIDS. Infection through animals. Can you tell which measures are taken at your home to control the rats? Why is it necessary to care about health of domestic dogs, cats and birds? Is there any relation between pigeons, stray animals and human health? What are the effects of rats, cockroaches on human health? So it is very important that we take care of the surroundings that we live in and which animals we come in contact with, because these animals can act as vectors, so they can carry the pathogen within them and can transmit it to us. Therefore, it is very important to live in a hygienic and safe environment. Now, the next disease we will learn about is called rabies. This is a viral disease. So, this disease is spread because of a virus. It occurs due to the bite of the infected dog, rabbit, monkey, cat, etc. So, these dog, rabbit, monkey, cat and other animals that have this disease are not transmitting it to us, but they contain a virus, and because of this virus we get the disease. Virus enters the brain via neurons. So when you get bitten by a dog or a cat that has rabies, then their saliva contains the viruses which can enter inside our neurons. And via the neurons, they can go to our brain and affect our brain. That is why it should be very carefully managed. Hydrophobia is one of the important symptoms of this disease. So hydrophobia is when you get scared of drinking water also because it pains. So therefore the patients who are given water get scared of water because whenever they drink water it hurts them. That is a very specific symptom for rabies. In this case, the victim shows extreme fear for water. That is why it is called hydrophobia. Rabies is a fatal disease. That is, if you get this disease, you will die. However, fatality can be prevented by timely vaccination before onset of symptoms. So, if you know that you have been bitten by an animal which is stray and could have got the disease, that is, you could have got rabies from that animal, then it is very important to quickly go and take the vaccination before you can get the symptoms, because once you get the symptoms, no matter if you take the vaccination, you can die. Symptoms start to appear within 90 to 175 days of the dog bite. So, after many days, after around 3 to 4 months of the dog bite, then only you will get the symptoms. So, before that, it is very important to take the vaccine if you know that you have been bitten by a dog or a cat or any other animal which has rabies. Symptoms of rabies: fever for 2 to 12 weeks, exaggerations in behavior, and hydrophobia. So, this virus causes severe fever which will be present for 2 to 12 weeks and exaggeration in behavior. So, because this virus affects the brains, the behavior of the person would be affected and they would act abnormal than how they usually act. And hydrophobia that we seen, that is extreme fear for water. Can you tell why the animal cages and their living spaces should not be near the kitchen? So when you have pets at home, it is very important to keep their cages clean and to keep it in another room which is away from the kitchen, because their stools or their droppings could have insects or pathogens in them which, if they enter our food, could cause diseases in us. Depending upon which symptoms rabies can be identified. So we had seen earlier there was a very specific symptom for rabies, and that was hydrophobia, in which you get fear of water. So that symptom is very specific for rabies. Now we will see non-infectious diseases, in which these diseases occur because of abnormal processing within the individual and it is not transmittable to another individual. Diseases which do not occur through infections and body contacts are called as non-infectious diseases. Such diseases arise in the human body itself due to certain reasons. So, let's see some of the examples. For example, cancer. Uncontrolled and abnormal cell growth is called as cancer. So, we have trillions of cells in our body, and if any of them becomes uncontrolled and abnormal and starts multiplying without control, so that can cause cancer. Group or lump of cancerous cells is called as a malignant tumor. So when these cancerous cells multiply excessively and start invading other organs, then it is called as malignant tumor. Cancer can occur in various organs like lungs, mouth, tongue, stomach, breast, uterus, skin, and tissues like blood. So any cell in our body from any organ can start multiplying and it can cause cancer. The reasons for cancer. So why suddenly any cell in our body starts multiplying uncontrollably? Consumption of tobacco, gutka, smoking, alcoholism, lack of fiber content like not eating fruits and leafy vegetables in food, excessive consumption of junk food like pizza, burger, etc. are some of the many possible reasons. So anything that can harm our body can lead to cancer, and the main cause of cancer is smoking and alcoholism. But also, if you don't eat healthy food such as fruits and leafy vegetables and only depend on junk food like pizza and burger, then we can get cancer. Hereditary may also be a reason. So, if in the family many people are getting cancer, then the hereditary, that is, the family genetic reasons, can also be a cause for cancer. Symptoms of cancer include chronic cough, hoarse voice, difficulty in swallowing, incurable scar and inflammation, lumps in the breast, unexplained weight loss. So depending on which organ has the cancer, there can be different symptoms. So if the cancer involves the lungs, then we can get chronic cough, hoarse voice and difficulty in swallowing. This can also occur if the cancer is present in the esophagus or in the mouth. Then because the cancer invades the other tissues, it can cause an incurable scar and inflammation, which is seen in this picture. If the cancer is present in the breast, then it can cause lumps in the breast. And usually all cancers have unexplained weight loss because those cancer cells take up all the nutrition that is required for the whole body, and because of that the body gets starved of that nutrition and there is weight loss. Do you know modern diagnostics and treatment of cancer? Various techniques like CT scan, MRI, mammography, biopsy are used in the diagnosis of cancer. So if we want to know the cause of cancer and what type of cancer it is, then we have to take a biopsy of it, or we can scan it by using CT scans, MRIs, X-ray, mammography, etc. So this is how doctors see the cancer and they think about what the treatment can be given to the patient. In case of treatment, along with conventional methods like chemotherapy, radiation therapy and surgery, modern techniques like robotic and laparoscopic surgery are also followed. So usually when people get cancer, the main treatments include chemotherapy, that is, they are given certain drugs and medications to kill the cancer cells. Also, radiation therapy can be given, which can kill the cells that cause the cancer. And surgery. So if the cancer is limited to a certain area, then we can do surgery and remove the cancer out. But other than these techniques, robotic and laparoscopic surgeries are also used. Always remember, controlled diet helps to prevent some types of cancer. Physical exercise along with modern treatment is more beneficial to cure the cancer. So if the person gets cancer, it is very important for the person to observe a controlled diet and to exercise properly so that a body can fight the cancer and can kill it. Avoid addictions like tobacco, chewing, and smoking, etc. So because smoking is a very big cause of cancer, it is very important to avoid it at all costs. So even if you smoke even a few times, it can cause hazardous effects on the body and can cause cancer, as seen in this picture.